Hello folks, Girls Generation 2025. Has it been like what, 2 years? Yo, we are late. This came out on Valentine's Day apparently, in February, and we are like a whole month and a half late. But I did see one of my old homeboys and Dylan upload a video of Girls Generation. So if Dylan was late, then it's all fine for us being late, because he was like a super fan, but we heard like nothing of the song.
Even now, I still don't believe that this song came out. Like, you're telling me, I'm just like, I've heard nary a peep about this song, and I started following more K-pop people. So the fact that I've heard nothing about this song, I'm worried. I'm very worried.
I'm like, when did this happen? So my everything, Girls Generation, that's what we're about to listen to. This song is 5 minutes long, and from the little tune that we got just before we press record, it's sounding like a ballad, which is not in Kayla's field but in my field, you know.
I do like a ballad. I do like a ballad, but sometimes Korean ballads are very like, okay, we get it, sappy love, and okay.
I love the sappy love, you know. Sometimes my K-dramas, you know. Okay, my K-drama fix. This is real ballad. Maybe this was an OST of a drama.
Oh, Tiffany, I miss you.
Suyo. Oh, this is one of those ballads. Okay. Yo Young.
Yeah, this sounds like a drama ballad.
Yeah. My baby girl Yuri. Where's your solo? Yo, Soyeon, she's been my bias record in this group like forever, bro. And yeah, man, magic. Bro, what drama was this from? I wonder if this was done for SM Town too, because last month was SM Town. Okay, ad-libs in the background. This is love. True K-drama feels. Oh, all together. Tiffany's notes. Taeyong. Yo, sheesh. Sheesh. Ooh. Oh man. Yo, what K-drama?
Yeah, no, really.
What
I'll say this.
K-drama?
Song's not for me,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it because of the warm feeling it gave to me. There's just something so special and sadly nostalgic at this point since they haven't released like a full album together in a very long time, of just hearing these 8 8 women back together singing a song
Yeah.
and just hearing the magic that they create when they're all in the same room together, so to
Yeah.
speak. The last Girls' Generation song that we listened to together was "Into the New World," and that had me a mess, and that had you
Yeah.
in your feels.
Yeah.
So it really is that, like, it's like the feeling you get of an artist that you love, but they haven't released anything in an extremely long time. A group mostly, not really even a solo artist, because solo artists when they come back, like, right?
Yeah.
But there's something in knowing when it comes to like a group or a band that sometimes not all the band will come back. Sometimes not all the band can come back. We just watched a Girls Aloud debut video for Sound of the Underground, and watching that, I hadn't seen that video in so long. Um, and even going to their concert last year, just watching that video and hearing Sarah, who's no longer with us, she passed a couple years back. It's like, I will never see the 5 of them. I will never hear a record of the 5 of them ever again unless like they find which they have recently have found old recordings and re-released them that way. And it's that feeling too when I look at like also Spice Girls. Like the Spice Girls many years ago came back as a 5, and then Victoria Beckham decided music definitely wasn't her thing anymore, so it's only been Jerry, Mel C, Mel B, and Emma since then. But then it's also like, well, Jerry left the group too, and they released an album when it was just without Jerry. So it is very like understanding that like something like S Club 7, members who don't want to be singers anymore, and also Paul passed away as well. Having moments like this where these 8 women are willing to come back together, are able to come back together to release a song for their fans, whether it is for drama or if it was for SM or for whatever. It is very lovely, and it really did feel like I got a lump in my throat just hearing them, because it brought back all these emotions of gratefulness that they're able to do this. And even though it's not the song for me, I can still appreciate it because it's 8 of them.
Yeah.
But it was very like, it felt a little dated to the song itself. Like this is
It's
something
a
I think I
remake
would have.
of the Grace is My Everything. Yeah.
And I like the Grace.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think honestly I'd probably give the song just because of how it made me feel and hearing all their voices together. And the lump in my throat, I think I give it like an 8 just based off emotion. Just not even the song itself. I'm really all my score, all 1 to 8, those numbers are simply based off of emotion, not even the song, not even how they
Yeah,
sang it. It's pure emotion at this point that this song gets an 8.
I feel it. Yeah. Yeah, so this is gonna get that good old bias +2
Mhm.
from Kayla's 8 to 10 for me. I mean, like, I love ballads. I really like it. They are like my favorite form of music, and that's mainly be just like with my ties to the piano, and just how when a ballad is good, it's the vocals and it's just the emotions. Like and then there's different types of ballads that I do, like, you know, hip hop ballads, like what we recently listened to with Young Posse's Cold. Like that was I feel like that was a great hip hop ballad. You know, for K dramas, you know, which this wasn't, this is more so just a cover of the Graces, My Everything. I think it's the ad libs is like, I'm like musically just like, bro, the ad libs was like, I really do love hearing Soo Young's voice, knowing that, you know, after we did a reaction to Soo Young before, and she's really started to find her own sound within Girls' Generation. So I was really looking at the line distribution while the song was playing, because I did notice that some people, you know, that's always one thing that always gets talked about, right? So dominated the song, right? For the most part, it was, you know, Tiffany and Taeyeon, right? And so Soo Young, I was looking to see how much role she was gonna have in the song. Same thing with Hyoyeon, and I think those solo projects have helped them collectively grown their sound as artists. Because hearing Soo Young's high note, wasn't really expecting that as much, but then it's like, if you haven't listened to her, you know, her solo work and whatnot, or even the song that we recently listened to where we didn't know Soo Young could get down like that in her Japanese release, then this would become as like an added surprise. So it was great to hear Soo Young's high note, because a lot of people in the comment section was like, yo, like that they didn't hear that coming. Well, that's because they didn't check out her Japanese release, you know. You know, Sohyun, who is my bias record of the group, like it's just one of those things that, you know, just it just kind of happened. Like, you know, we talk about bias records, like it's like, bro, we're taking it 10 years back. But she's what, the Maknae of the group, and she, like, her tone dynamic is one of my favorite things. Like when I listen to her solo album, one of my favorite songs by her is Magic. And I'm just like thinking about the composition of what she was working on when she was doing her solo work, and just how talented she is, which brings me back to Yuri. Yo, it's 2025. It's not working. Where's the solo? Hello, I'm still waiting. I think a lot of fans are waiting for Yuri solo too. Like, hey, I mean, look, she's my favorite member of the group. When I got into K-pop, the first girl ever who was my first bias was Yuri. The first K-pop idol I ever seen in person was Yuri during the Fashion King filming for the K-drama Fashion King. Don't watch it. Yeah. Not a good drama, but it was Yuri's in it, and that's why we watched it. You know, she, you know, that, yeah, ballads, K-dramas takes me back, because I got into K-pop through K-dramas. That's always been like my story of how I even got into this field itself. And then just knowing that, hey, K-drama OSTs really excelled with their ballads. And I think the main thing with how I grade ballads is more so the vocals and the ad libs, but the harmonization, especially because Sohyun was carrying a lot of the harmonization tones for the song itself. This is just based off all the first listen itself. I want to believe Yuna had got the least amount of lines in the song. I'm pretty sure she did. Because I mean, like, you know, in terms of her, she was like more of the face of the group when there were like designated positions back in K-pop, and she's also been in acting more, so you don't really get to hear much of her vocal colors as expressed compared to the other members itself, because it's more of a sweet tune that you get with Yuna, especially because she's mostly also been on OSTs itself, so we have another song that does fit for her as well. Yeah, I just think overall, like I think it's a great cover. You know, my bias plus two is actually just it's actually a 9. If I'm going to be honest, I'll rate it as a 9. But my bias would didn't take it to like a 10, but it was just because I love ballads so much. But I do think musically wise, and what we got was like a 9. So I guess I'll leave it there because I'm just like, yo, we're gonna actually get an anniversary album this year. You know, what are we like 19 years? It feels like it's a girl's generation. 18,
Or like a great like I don't know if I
2007,
don't know if in
right?
Korea does it, but
18 years,
do
yeah.
they do like a greatest hits album like we do here in the UK and here in the
So
States? Like
I
do they
thought they
do
did
that?
for for SM's 30th anniversary. I think that's why they did something like this. But I don't think they have a greatest
Mm.
hits album. I don't think they really do that. I think well, Apple Music and Spotify make like their own playlists. For like what Apple Music has
Yeah, it'd
essentials.
be like so like to bring that back up, but like when Girls Aloud took their break and then they took like a 3-year break on accident.
Hmm.
They took like a 3-year break and then came back for their 10 year.
Yeah,
They released a greatest hits with like 3 extra songs on it. So like and that was big and then obviously the concert
yeah,
for it. So like yeah, like they don't even need to do a whole new album if they just remastered a couple songs, did 3 new songs and then like a couple variety show appearances. Yo,
yeah,
the everyone would go fucking crazy. They don't even need to be like just, section them off again like they used to. Like here's 3 over here and 3 over there. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Just like
yeah,
yeah, I think I don't know. I think Korea needs to really start investing into that, but also I wonder if it's like a royalties thing and if they want to pay their artists for royalties, but
yeah.
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I'll tell you, there'll be hell if they re-record any of their older songs with only 8 members, because fans are going to revolt.
Yeah.
Listen, it's still time to reconcile with Jessica and make that one of the biggest things in the world because we all know the members do talk to Jessica. But you know, and SM ain't even the same anymore now that you know Hive is within a lot of their stuff too. So it's not like at least some man is there.
Yeah.
So